Welcome everyone to our channel, where you don't just learn English, you learn how to live better, how to think better, and how to become the best version of yourself. Today's video is not a language lesson, but a life lesson. A topic that is silently controlling millions of people around the world. A topic that might be destroying your time, your peace, and your potential. And you may not even realize it. Yes, today, we're talking about reels and shorts. This is not just entertainment anymore. This is an addiction. And the most dangerous addiction is the one that hides behind pleasure. Let me ask you a question. Do you remember the last reel or short you watched yesterday? Probably not, but guess what? It still took your time. It still stole your energy. It still distracted your mind. And you gave it willingly. This is not just a small problem. This is a global issue. People are losing hours every day. Students are failing. Relationships are breaking. Mental health is collapsing. Creativity is dying. Ambitions are disappearing. And nobody wants to talk about it honestly. Because here's the truth. Nobody wants to admit they are addicted. Because addiction is a strong word. People think addiction means alcohol, drugs, or cigarettes. But let me tell you, this is worse. A cigarette finishes, a bottle ends. But reels, shorts, they never stop. They are infinite. And because they're infinite, so is your distraction. So is your wasted time. So is your regret. This video is going to be a mirror. This video is going to be medicine. It might hurt you, but it will heal you. Because the truth is bitter, but it sets you free. And one more powerful thing before we start. This video is not just helping you break a habit. It's also improving your English. Every time you watch videos like this, you're learning real English. Useful words, natural sentences, correct pronunciation, and powerful expressions. Not boring grammar, but real, emotional English that stays with you. So if you want to improve your English and your life at the same time, you're in the right place. Subscribe now. Because every day we bring you something real, something new, something that makes you better inside and out. So sit with me, watch till the end, and let's start the journey of breaking free. Part 1. The hidden trap. How deep this addiction really is. You know what the biggest problem is? People think they are in control. They say, I'll just watch 5 minutes. But it's never just 5 minutes, is it? Those reels are not innocent. They are created with science. Big tech companies, psychologists, behavioral experts, they work together to design these apps. They use colors, sounds, timing, and algorithms to control your attention. Every scroll gives your brain a small reward. A quick laugh, a surprising fact, a beautiful face, a clever joke. Your brain loves that. It says, give me more. So you scroll again, and again, and again. You think you're having fun, but actually, you're training your brain to crave distractions. You are rewiring your brain, and you don't even realize it. Let's talk about the science. Dopamine is the feel-good chemical in your brain. It's the same chemical that gets released when you eat chocolate, win a game, or get a hug. But reels give you dopamine for doing nothing. You just scroll. And you feel rewarded. No effort, no work, just pleasure. But here's the danger. When you get easy dopamine, your brain stops enjoying real life. Reading becomes boring. Studying becomes painful. Work becomes hard. Conversations feel slow. Because your brain is now used to quick, colorful, exciting rewards. This is not entertainment anymore. This is brain damage. Real life versus Reels life. Now ask yourself, what do you see in Reels and Shorts? Perfect faces, luxury cars, romantic relationships, success stories, funny clips, perfect bodies, celebrity lifestyles, political drama. It's like a fairy tale world, right? But here's the truth. It's not real. Those people are showing you 15 seconds of their best moment. You don't see their sadness, their problems, their reality. But your brain doesn't know that. So it starts comparing. And comparison is the killer of joy. You start thinking, I'm not good looking enough. I'm not successful enough. My life is boring. My body is not perfect. And without even knowing, you fall into a hole of self-doubt. The emotional damage. You feel tired, but not physically. You feel anxious, but you don't know why. You feel lazy, but you want to change. You feel lost, but don't know what's missing. It's because your attention is divided, your motivation is dying, and your goals are getting further away every day. This is not just a time problem anymore. It's a mental health crisis. The cost of just 5 minutes. Let's do a little math. If you watch Reels for 2 hours a day, that's 60 hours a month. That's 30 full days every year. 1 entire month. Gone. What could you do with that month? Learn a new skill, start a side business, get fitter, read 5 books, spend time with family, work on your dreams. But instead, you gave it away to strangers, to screens, to noise, and you got nothing in return. Family, friends, and real human time. Many people today don't even sit with their parents anymore. They attend family dinners, but eyes are on the screen. They go to weddings, but scroll during the ceremony. They are with people, but not present. Reels are stealing real relationships. Some people even stop going out, stop visiting family functions, because they are so consumed in a fake digital world. They don't even realize they are slowly disappearing from real life. The worst part? You know it. Yes, you know all this. That's the most heartbreaking part. You're not unaware. You know you're wasting time. You know you're falling behind. You know you're hurting your eyes, your back, your posture, your peace. But still, you can't stop. Why? Because this is not a lack of knowledge. This is a lack of control, self-control. There's a psychological term, objective self-awareness. It means you know what you're doing is wrong, but you still do it. Because facing that truth is painful, so you avoid it. And social media makes it easy to escape. Why face your problems when you can laugh at a meme? Why face your goals when you can enjoy someone else's success? Why face your loneliness when you can scroll through perfect love stories? Part 2. The hidden damage that you don't even see. Let's talk about something even more dangerous than wasting time. The biggest problem is not that you're losing hours every day. The biggest problem is that you're changing who you are, slowly, silently, and deeply. Reels and shorts are not just stealing your time. They're stealing your identity, your peace, your mind, your potential. And most dangerously, they're stealing your ability to live a deep, fulfilling life. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat with your own thoughts? Without a screen, without swiping, without needing to be entertained every second. Most people can't sit for 5 minutes without grabbing their phone. That's not a habit anymore. That's a dependency. Just like any drug. You don't know what's coming next. That's what makes it addictive. It's the surprise element. That's the same mechanism used in slot machines in casinos. It's called variable reward, And it's the most powerful psychological trick used to hijack your brain. And here's the sad truth. Your brain is not addicted to content. Your brain is addicted to escape. Escape from boredom. Escape from pressure. Escape from your life. But every time you escape, you also run away from your dreams, your goals, your growth. You become more passive. You become more reactive. You stop taking control of your own story and become a spectator in someone else's story. You think you're watching for 10 minutes, but in those 10 minutes, your brain is processing hundreds of people's lives, their looks, their body, their jokes, their clothes, their cars, their vacations, their highlights. What happens next? Let's be honest. If knowing that reels and shorts waste time was enough, you would have already stopped. But you haven't. Why? Because you're not just fighting distraction. You're fighting loneliness, fear, emptiness, and pain. You're not addicted to content. You're addicted to escape. When life feels heavy, when dreams feel far, when no one understands you, those tiny videos become your fake friends, your safe space, your silent escape. Let me say this clearly. The reason people can't stop watching reels is because it hurts too much to be alone with their thoughts. It's not weakness, it's suffering. And people suffer in silence, smiling outside, scrolling inside. But inside that scroll is a desperate attempt to not feel. So let's go deeper. You want to stop watching reels? Then don't just fight the habit. Heal the pain. Most people don't even realize this. Reels have become a bandage. You feel stressed, scroll. You feel rejected, scroll. You feel bored, unloved, confused, scared, scroll. But every time you run to the screen, you run away from yourself. And here's the tragedy. The more you avoid your pain, the more powerful it becomes. Because emotions that are not processed become wounds. And wounds that are not healed become chains. You are not lazy. You are wounded. And those reels, they don't heal, they hide. But nothing hidden is ever healed. Now let's get practical. Let's get real. You want to stop scrolling and start living? Then take back your power, not by deleting apps, but by rebuilding your identity. Because this isn't about quitting reels. This is about becoming someone who doesn't need them anymore. Let me show you how. 1. Fix the root, not just the habit. Imagine a man who keeps taking painkillers every day, but the pain returns again and again because he never treated the real disease, just covered the symptoms. That's what you're doing when you try to stop reels. You uninstall the app, but the boredom returns, the emptiness returns, and you fall again. So ask yourself, what are you escaping? Is it fear of failure? Is it pressure from parents? Is it heartbreak? Is it shame? Is it a dream you gave up on? Because the real reason you scroll endlessly is not entertainment. It's emotional survival. You need to face that. And you need to forgive yourself for needing an escape. You are human. But now, it's time to fight back with love, not guilt. 2. Build a daily war plan. You cannot win a battle without a strategy. And make no mistake, this is war, a war for your mind. So build your battlefield. Start small, but start sharp. Set a time. 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. equals no screens. Period. Not even one video. Change your location. Your bed is not your battlefield. Get out. Walk. Sit near sunlight. Replace, don't remove. Don't just avoid reels. Replace them with something equally satisfying. A book that inspires you. A podcast that feeds your brain. A journal to write your truth. Paint, cook, dance, train, do something. You're not just removing poison, you're building power. And every day, celebrate the small wins. You watched 30 minutes less today? Amazing. You created instead of consumed? Beautiful. Because motivation is not born from results. It's born from progress. 3. Rewire the identity. Who are you without reels? This is where the real shift happens. People say, I'll stop watching reels, but never ask who they are without it. Let me ask you this. What would you do if reels didn't exist? What kind of person would you become? A writer, a dancer, a coder, a motivational speaker, a business owner? Close your eyes and imagine that person. Feel them. That version of you exists. They're waiting. But every scroll takes you away from them. So start speaking like that version of you. Start dressing, walking, thinking like them. You don't break habits by force. You break them by identity transformation. Tell yourself every day, I am not a slave to algorithms. I am a builder of dreams. I am a creator, not a consumer. I choose my life. I don't scroll it away. 4. Fight the empty hour. There's always a specific time when you're most vulnerable. Late at night, after a fight, when you're alone, after failure. That empty hour when reels feel like a warm blanket. You need to protect that time like a warrior. Create rituals, nighttime journaling, 15 push-ups, phone in another room, gratitude prayer, listening to calming music, planning your next day. Because if you don't fill the silence with purpose, reels will fill it with noise. The power of shame-free motivation. Most people quit because they start with guilt. They say, I'm so stupid. I wasted time again. I hate myself. But listen, you don't beat addiction by hating yourself. You beat it by falling in love with the version of you that you know you can become. You have to stop saying, I'm weak, and start saying, I'm waking up. Because every time you choose purpose over pleasure, focus over noise, reality over escape, you are coming back to life. This is a resurrection, not a punishment. 6. Lead by example. Be the one who escaped. Right now, someone in your family is drowning in reels. A younger sibling, a friend, your future child. What if you become the one who leads them out? What if you become the example? Not by preaching, not by judging, but by changing. Let your life be proof that freedom is possible. Imagine someone saying, I stopped watching reels because of you. That's impact. That's legacy. You're not too late. Some of you are thinking, I've wasted years. I've lost my spark. I've gone too far. Listen to me. You are not too late. You are right on time. Every scroll you regret was preparing your fire. Every wasted hour was shaping your hunger. Now it's your time to rise. Because your future is still untouched. Your dreams are still alive. And the world is still waiting to see what you can become. Without reels. Part 3. The path to freedom. Reclaiming control. The hardest part of breaking free from reels and shorts isn't just the distractions or the time lost. It's the feeling of helplessness that comes with it. The more you scroll, the more you tell yourself, I can stop whenever I want. But deep down, you know that's not true. It's not about willpower, not about motivation. It's about control. And that's what we're going to talk about now. Acknowledging your power. The moment you decide to take control, you begin to unlock a superpower. This superpower is the ability to choose. You're not a victim of the algorithm, nor are you helpless in the face of distractions. You have the power to control your life. But acknowledging that power, it's harder than it sounds. It requires a deep honesty with yourself. Not just the "I know I should do better" kind of honesty, but the "I am responsible for how I spend my time" kind of honesty. Think about it. Every minute you spend mindlessly scrolling is a minute stolen from your potential. But every minute you decide to use wisely is an investment in your future. Time is your most precious resource. It's the one thing that once lost, you can never get back. The more you realize this, the more precious each second becomes. Creating your own reality. Now let's break this down. When you scroll through reels and shorts, you're feeding yourself someone else's reality. These creators, these influencers, they're showing you a highlight reel, not the truth. They only show you what they want you to see. But here's the thing, that's not life. Real life isn't a perfectly edited snapshot. It's messy, it's imperfect, and it's filled with growth, struggle, and authenticity. The more time you spend scrolling through these fake versions of reality, the more you begin to believe that your life is less than. But you know what? Your life is beautiful. Your life, your story, your journey, it's yours. It's unique. And the moment you realize this, you begin to understand that you don't need to escape your reality. You need to create your own. What do you want to achieve in life? What dreams do you want to chase? Stop waiting for the perfect moment to begin. Stop looking to others for inspiration when all you need is to look within. Your potential is limitless, but it's only unlocked when you stop feeding yourself someone else's life and start building your own. The power of focus. What you put your attention on grows. Imagine a garden. What you plant in that garden will grow. If you plant seeds of negative thoughts, distractions, and false narratives, what do you think will grow? Weeds. But if you plant seeds of growth, focus, and discipline, you'll grow a garden of success, happiness, and fulfillment. Your attention is your seed. It's your most valuable resource. And just like a garden, you have to protect what you focus on. When you focus on your goals, on your dreams, on learning, on becoming the best version of yourself, you begin to see the world differently. You stop seeing distractions as entertainment, and you start seeing them for what they really are. Obstacles in your path. Obstacles to your growth. Obstacles to your potential. Focus is not just about concentrating on one thing. It's about aligning your thoughts, your actions, and your energy towards what truly matters. Your energy flows where your attention goes. When you focus on growth, whether that's learning a new skill, building a new habit, or simply improving yourself, you begin to see the results of your efforts. The more you focus on your goals, the more you will see your dreams come to life. Here's the key. You don't need to go cold turkey. You don't need to stop watching reels and shorts overnight. What you need is a plan. Start by setting small, achievable goals. For instance, commit to only watching reels for 30 minutes a day. That's it. It may seem like a small step, but every small step counts. Gradually reduce that time. Replace it with something more meaningful. When you feel the urge to scroll, replace that habit with something that nurtures your growth. Pick up a book. Write down your goals. Go for a walk. Meditate. Do something that takes your mind away from the screen and into the present moment. By making small, intentional changes, you'll begin to rewire your brain. The importance of discipline. Discipline isn't about punishment. It's about freedom. The more disciplined you are with your time and energy, the more freedom you create for yourself. You will no longer be controlled by external distractions. Instead, you'll be in control of your own destiny. And trust me, that's a feeling like no other. Discipline allows you to direct your attention towards what truly matters. It's what keeps you focused on your dreams, even when the world around you is full of noise. It's what gives you the strength to say no to things that don't align with your purpose. And the more disciplined you become, the easier it will be to maintain that focus. But here's the truth. Discipline isn't easy. It takes time, effort, and commitment. But the rewards are beyond worth it. Imagine waking up every day with a sense of purpose. Imagine feeling like every moment counts because you're using your time to create something that matters. That's what discipline does for you. It frees you from the cycle of distraction. Building a new habit, small wins, lead to big changes. Here's something that no one talks about. Change doesn't happen all at once. It happens in small increments. It happens when you make the choice to do one thing, and then another, and then another. It's about building momentum. Start by setting small, manageable goals. Maybe it's replacing your 30-minute reel session with 30 minutes of reading. Maybe it's reducing your screen time by 15 minutes each day. Every small win is a step towards breaking the cycle. Every day you say no to distraction, you're saying yes to your potential. It's about being consistent, even when it's hard, even when you don't see immediate results. Remember, the work you're doing today will pay off tomorrow. And that's how habits are built. You start small, but you keep going. The more you repeat positive actions, the stronger the habit becomes. Let's take a deep breath and truly reflect on everything we've talked about. By now, it's clear. You know exactly what's at stake. You've seen the impact this digital addiction has on your life. How it robs you of time, energy, creativity, and most importantly, your future. You've heard the consequences of staying in this cycle, and you felt the weight of it on your shoulders. But here's the most important thing I want you to understand. The power to change your life is in your hands. Right now, at this very moment, you have the strength, the will, and the ability to transform everything. There is nothing more powerful than the decision to take control of your own future. And that decision, that one moment, is what separates the people who succeed from the people who simply dream. There are two types of people in this world: those who make things happen and those who watch things happen. And I want you to be the first group. I want you to be the person who decides that you are not going to be a passive observer of your life anymore. I want you to be the person who takes charge and refuses to let any external force control you. Not social media, not distractions, not mindless scrolling. But here's the hard truth. This won't happen on its own. You have to make a conscious decision to put in the effort. You have to make the choice to take action. Every single day you will face a choice. Will you give in to the easy comfort of distractions? Or will you choose to focus on what really matters? Will you choose to numb your mind? Or will you choose to grow, to challenge yourself, to push forward? Let me make it clear. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's not some magic switch you can flip. It's not going to be easy, and it's not going to be quick. But it will be worth it. The process of transformation, the journey from where you are now to where you want to be, is what will shape you into the person you're meant to be. You're going to face resistance. You're going to have doubts, and yes, you might fall back into old habits. But what defines your success isn't whether you stumble, it's whether you get back up and keep going. Think about it for a moment. Every single person who has ever achieved something great, something truly amazing, has faced obstacles, setbacks, and times when they wanted to quit. The difference between them and everyone else is that they kept going. They didn't let failure define them. They didn't let the noise of the world drown out their inner voice, their calling. They understood that success is not just about reaching the destination. It's about who you become in the process. And that's the thing you need to realize today. Success is a journey, not a destination. It's not about waiting for the perfect time to start. It's not about finding the perfect solution. It's about doing it day by day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when it seems impossible. The key to success is consistency. It's showing up every single day, no matter how small the steps seem. It's taking that first action. It's creating habits that will move you forward, even when you feel stuck. Now, I know some of you might still be asking, but what if I fail? What if I fall short? And that's where most people get stuck. They fear failure so much that they never even try. Let me tell you something powerful. Failure is not the end. Failure is simply feedback. It's a lesson. It's a sign that you're pushing yourself, that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Because the only true failure is not trying at all. If you truly want to change your life, you must embrace failure. You must embrace the discomfort of stepping into the unknown, of pushing past your limits. When you do this, when you choose to act despite your fears, you'll begin to unlock your true potential. Here's something I want you to understand. You are capable of so much more than you think. There is greatness within you. You have the ability to build, to create, to achieve things you never thought possible. The reason you haven't yet achieved them is not because you're not capable, but because you haven't yet realized your own potential. You haven't yet tapped into the power that is waiting for you. But it's there, right now. It's time to wake it up. So let's talk about the real turning point. It's not about trying harder. It's not about working more hours. It's not about being busy. It's about making a commitment to yourself, a commitment to your dreams, a commitment to your future. That's where everything changes. When you truly commit to your growth, to your success, you shift from a mindset of scarcity to a mindset of abundance. You stop seeing time as a limitation and start seeing it as an opportunity. You stop wasting your time on things that drain you and start investing it in things that grow you. Your mindset shifts from "I don't have time" to "I choose to make time." And that is a profound change. It's the difference between a life of struggle and a life of fulfillment. But this is the moment when everything comes down to one choice, one decision. Will you make this commitment to yourself? Will you choose to stop letting distractions control you? Will you choose to break free from the cycle of mindless scrolling and start creating the life you were meant to live? This is your moment. I want you to take a deep breath and make a promise to yourself. Right now, look at your life, at your goals, at your dreams, and tell yourself that you are worth it. You are worth the effort. You are worth the sacrifice. You are worth putting in the work. Because at the end of the day, you are the only one who can change your life. No one else will do it for you. And if you don't make this decision, if you don't take action now, your future will continue to pass you by. But if you do take action, if you commit to making a change, you will look back